Hi guys, welcome back. This is 2000 Gaming again, bring another Star Savior content. In this video, we're just gonna be talking about Rosaria. Are you pulling for her? Is she good? What do you think about it? Me as a free-to-play, she is gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be top tier character because of her mechanic and her skill set. I've seen her skill set and it smells like an tier 0 or an SSR type character. Okay, she's like a tier 0 character or zero point 0.5 in my opinion. She's really good, but there would be caveats on it, but it might still work in a way wherein I'll be talking about that one now and how your approach will, like, my approach will be like, maybe I'll make it another video, but like if you're enjoying yourself here, please do consider subscribing. So we're talking about Rosaria, and Rosaria is coming up a few days from now. So as you can see here in the database, they removed her from the database, and she's not even, she was here previously, and like Hilde was here, but like they're not. She's not here anymore. I'm not quite sure what happened. See, if I go to the names, right? So this is alphabetical order. So A B C D E F G R. So there's no Rosaria there. Previously there was Rosaria, and there was like Hilde, but like Hilde is here, right? She's here as per H. But like A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P, am I bugging? Because like that's the only R here. So Rosaria is not there. So we're talking about Rosaria right now. So if you go to, I'll just go to the site that I went to. So shoutouts to Tichara. So Rosaria, as you can see, she would be, as you look at here, this is the profile on her skill information. Her passive is Tyrant of the North. Again, know for a fact she's a ranger, and she is like she's a dark character. And you know for a fact who is a dark character in a ranger? Lacey. Lacey is a dark type range character. How will it work? Will she surpass Lacey, or can they work together? I feel like they can work together. I will be putting out my my opinions on how can they work better in a way. My opinion only, okay? I have like, that's just what I can see, what I can theory craft. Okay? So, before we do that, I just want to say her passive is increase Rosaria's chance of stack of Inferno undispelled after using Ashen Inferno by 20% per stack, agitation up to 5 stacks. So she, after being attacked, that would be self HP under 40, the effect that triggers at being attacked occurs once per battle. So she cannot get killed. So she is like Quinn in a way in Silver and Blood. So she has the ability of not getting killed on one critical hit, which is really good. So she's really good. She builds herself Ashen Inferno. Also, she increases crits when she uses Nova. Nova Burst. Just like in Epic 7, like there's an ability wherein you click it's like somewhat of a Nova Burst, but like it's different skills that you can get, okay? So Ashen Inferno on the basic uses Ashen Inferno, stack 1 agitation. Again, the agitation is increase 1%, applies to 5 stack, boost applies dependent on buffs and benefits. So next would be your the special ability. This is our second skill. So unleashes Inferno of Condemnation to ravage the enemy. Grants self 1 stack of agitation. So she stacks herself with agitation and applies effect change based on the number of Inferno. And then removes all Inferno undispellable stacks after attacking. And then 1 stack of Inferno deals 10%. So if you have 3 stacks, it deals another 20%. So increase damage, 2 stacks of Inferno deals 20, 3 stacks Inferno deals 20. And increase damage and triggers Ashen Inferno. So that's kind of like when she casts this, okay? When she casts this, she casts her Ashen of Inferno as well. And then repeats the stacks. Okay? Repeats the stacks. And then finally, the difference in class, swings her sword to cleave the planet, attacking all enemies, inflicts all enemies with defense down for 2 turns, with a 75% chance. Increase self-action gauge by 50 so that she can get more turns. And grants self owner of the throne undispelled for 3 turns. Grants self of Inferno undispelled. So this one, and then owner of the throne, increase basic skill damage and speed by, oh my freaking god, 15% on top of your speed. So the Nova Burst, if you are in a Nova Burst temporarily, this one more toughness, fixed damage, increase crit rate by 30% on attack. Just like what I'm telling you guys. So if you go Nova Bursting on her ult, it's gonna be increasing the crit rate by 30. So a defense down character with a ranger, like almost like a pure damage dealing character with stacking buffs of attack, it's kind of wild. Okay, it's kind of wild for this character to currently come in as a new character here in global, but most likely in JP and Korea they're almost like more than 2 months in. So She is for me a must pull. Okay, we're going back again? Remember this defense down, right? We're going to that defense down thing. So let's go back to the game itself, okay? Why can they coincide with each other? Unfortunately, you might remove Emily in your lineup. That's just me, okay? This is my unorthodox take. Okay, my unorthodox take. You might see, because again, if you look at Lacey, so Lacey, she is also a cosmic or dark character, range type character. Okay, she has this ability wherein slashes an enemy blade, grants self-attack up, and inflicts all enemies with entangled drawn for 3 turns with a 75% chance. So the entangled dream, okay? So that's the entangled. This is the entangled dream. That's the effect. Where's that entangled dream? So with entangled dream, so whenever you have an entangled dream, you will get more damage on that if you attack that enemy. Okay? So again, forearms and reversing water surge gains self speed up for 2 turns, deals 20% increased damage if the enemy is afflicted with entangled dream. So you do your ult, okay, to buffer up, and then put the entangled dream on enemies. Whenever you hit those enemies, when you hit the skills here, you will get additional attack from, like, you will increase your attack because whenever they're debuffed with the entangled dream debuff, you will get they will get more damage from her. Okay? So my thinking is she needs to be in front as well. Okay? My unorthodox combination is Ashera in the front. If you have an Ashera T3, Awakened T3, then you are very, very lucky because her follow-up attacks whenever somebody gets hit is 100%. She always do the follow-ups. But like again, T1 is still serviceable. So that's why my goal was to try to make her T1, T3. But like again, it is what it is. You don't have that much resources, so T1 is like good enough. So herself, okay, because whenever she gets hit, her action gauge goes up by 6% and restores her HP after she's attacked by an enemy afflicted by Entangled Dream, and the recovery is proportionate for her attack. If her attack is high, then her heals is much more higher in a way. So she is a self-sustaining damage dealing ranger in a way. So you can put her in the front, and Emily you can remove her and put Ashera there. Then you can put Charlotte and Rosaria there. Know for a fact why would that be? Because my combo would be, my idea is, this is just my idea, okay? It might not work, because we haven't seen it yet. So if I go to the stages, right? So my idea is so what will happen is Ashera will be here, right? We'll change the position here. Okay, Ashera and Lacey here, and then here would be Rosaria replacing Emily. I know Emily is my 2-star, she's really good. But again, if you want to burst damage the character, you can do so with that team because again, so who will start first? Your Charlotte starts first, okay? That's why, so Charlotte starts first by buffing all of your team. Okay, you have this ability, flips the table. No, not this one. She does this, okay? So attack up for 2 turns, then grant self-lucky tokens for 3 turns and stack ignition. So she gets this, and then whenever she stacks ignition, she can ultimately use this one every other turn. So use this, okay? So attack buffed on everybody. Then after that, use use Rosaria. Okay, use Rosaria for defense down because she's attacking everybody as well. And then use Lacey to clean up everybody. Okay, and then herself, I don't really wanna herself here. She doesn't. I'll save this ult on her because this is gonna be the healing capability. Usually I don't use this one unless I'm gonna get hit, maybe like after the second turn. So I'll be using this one instead. Okay, so that would be my combination. It's either Charlotte runs first, then we have defense down on because Emily doesn't have a defense down. I think so. Does she have a defense down? It's a defense up. So just imagine Charlotte increasing your. It's just like in Summoner's War. You know, like I played Summoner's War in the past. Griffin cast speed stats. And then who's that one casting AoE Death Down? So an AoE attack buff. And then the final hit would be your hitter. So that's technically my Summoner's War mind telling me that's gonna be a good combination, despite you removing your defense type character because you're gonna be full bursting the enemy. And there's gonna be sustained with the front with Ashera. Whenever also Lacey gets hit, she heals herself. So somewhat of a tank, but not really. And then she will support Lacey in a way. And then again, Charlotte attacks up, Rosaria defense down. Then Lacey increases damage and then hits them hard, and then to support when with the heals. So that's technically what I'm gonna be doing. She is, for me, a must pull. I'll make another video on my idea on how to pull for her in if you're a free to play. Okay, if you're a free to play, what's your play? So hopefully you like this video. Hopefully you got this a bit of a point of view on my side. And this is again 2000 Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye bye.